Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode, Journey with Me. We're on number 3 today. Okay, so for today's goals, we have our main goal as we're going to the Nether. Okay, and this, we have some little things we're going to do in the meantime as well. The one is, I don't know if you recall the underground cave that we found the previous time. We are going to explore that and just light it up a bit more. So that's our first thing. The other thing is we want to set up our spawn area. With spawn area, we mean there, when you die or when you start the world, that's our spawn area. We just want to secure it. There might be times, since I am someone who travels around with my bed and I sleep when it becomes night, we might set our spawn somewhere and die thereafter, and then we'll spawn at spawn. And I just want to make sure that it is safe wherever we spawn, or lit up at least. So we want to just make that a little bit more safe. We want to set up our nether portal. We want to go through the nether portal obviously and make sure that it's safe on the other side. We want to explore just the close vicinity of where we get into the nether, and then we want to finish our map of our area that we created in the previous episode. So I think let's get started. Okay, when I started lighting up these underground caves, I came across this little cave system or tunnel system that I started lighting up, and went through them just to secure them, and we found a mineshaft. How lucky is that? So I'm going to leave some of the cobwebs and things for if we ever need that later on. But I wanted to go through these and see what we can find, if there's any loot, if there's any, I don't even know how big this is. But yes, we went through this and kind of just lit it all up and made it all secure, as secure as possible. We found some diamonds. We also found a spawner. It is a spider spawner. So if we ever needed to create like a string farm or something like that, or spider eye farm, we do have that available. So we'll just make note of where this is. So I just spent quite a bit of time just going through this mine shaft and exploring, lighting up, etc., and just making sure that it was secure. I'm sure there are spots that I've missed, but we will one day stumble upon it again and just make sure we add some torches where it might be dark. But it's mostly lit up at this point. I then went to this big cave area that we started lighting up the previous episode, and I just went ahead and tried to also light that up as well. guys, and what happened next is that I actually died and I wasn't recording. I went to sleep and I thought, okay, let's stop the recording and make our way back down to the cave area to light it up. And as I went down that water stream, I just nicked the edge of a block and died. But luckily collected my things, so you'll see my XP is also lower again. But that's okay. We went ahead and started lighting up that cave and collecting the resources again as we went. And then it happened again. Oh my gosh, I was making my way up the stream when I was shot by a skeleton and I fell and died. So luckily I was able to go back and collect all my things again. Okay, and then to change it up a bit, after I went back and collected all my items, after dying, I decided to go back to that one cave that we found where it was a lush cave. I was actually in search of dripstone because I was I needed to make a lava farm. So I wasn't having any luck finding lava anyway, and just decided that we might need to just farm our own. And actually for, when we are cooking up our food or just, putting resources in our furnace, it's easier to just use a lava bucket. And they actually also, they are the most effective way of cooking or fuel source, I would say. So I went into this lush cave just with the idea of finding or lighting it up and also finding some moss that we haven't collected before. And then I actually saw this, but there's a little bit of a ravine, but I actually saw that there was dripstone across the way. So I just needed to make my way across the dripstone or across the way to the dripstone and collect that for our farm. I just needed a space to build this lava farm, so I kind of created a little bit of a hidden away area for this, going down to our mine area, which I'm going to close up and make a little staircase for as well. So I just crafted 3 cauldrons, and then we will put down our lava source and then add as we get more, just so they are as efficient as possible. Okay, and then we have this piece of obsidian already. So what I was thinking is that we build it as close as possible to 0, 0 chords. The reason I want to do this is if we are going to make a nether, like a little hub area where we can start off from, we can build into each cardinal direction. And I would love it if it was as close as possible to 0, 0. Obviously, I don't know how close to 0, 0 will be on the nether side, but we can, from there, at least be as close as possible to 0, 0. If we ever lose our way or get, lost, we can make our way back to spawn easily enough. I then went and built this little bit of a staircase into our area where we've made the lava farm. And also, I will make the entrance into our underground, into this hole where we go mining from there as well. So, and just make it pretty a bit and light it up. just also extended our path to the mining area, and we placed a bucket of water, just going down as well. So there's a safe area for that. And we are just lighting it up. We're adding some fencing as well, and then adding some lanterns on top of that. So our area is really coming along nicely. And although it's very basic, I think this is good for our, survival for the first little bit of our journey here, until we start some bigger projects. I just decided to add this little gardeny area with some flowers here next to our little house, just to add some color, and it's also close to the beehive for the bees. So it just, prettifies it up on the one side where we have the barrels on the other side. We decided to then go and just finish up our map, okay? So I went and with my boat, I picked up my boat and then just did that last little bit, a little bit of a stretch just along the one side. Almost fell to my death, but yeah, luckily I didn't. And then, our map was complete. So I was really struggling, taking the lava, going down into the water, putting it down, taking the obsidian. So I just made this little source of water down next to the lava cauldrons, where I could take a bucket, scoop up the lava, place it down, mine the obsidian, and you could just continue that cycle. So it's like a little obsidian farm, although obviously it is a bit of a tedious process, but we are able to get our obsidian that way. Alright, I then decided to go and do our spawn area. I wasn't sure what to do here. I was thinking of something like a little gazebo that's lit up. I just really wanted to not spawn out in the wild, where no one, where any mobs could spawn. So yes, I was just winging this, so I really hope this turns out okay. Slowly but surely, I have been adding to this nether portal. I know the edges, the corners at the top, we don't always fill out, but eventually I will make a beautiful nether portal there. For now, we're just trying to do something basic, and we will prettify it up as we go. I used some of our cherry wood, as that was some wood that we had, and it was a little bit of a pop of color to build our roof. And I placed a crafting table in the center. I lit it up with some lanterns hanging from some chains. And I've placed some slabs around, and I think that looks much better. It's not the best I've ever done, but this will work for now. If I ever get some better ideas, I will add to it. But yeah, it's very cute with the pink roof and the different kinds of wood that we're using. So I think I am happy with that. The golden items that we use to wear to the nether, I would like to put up against the nether portal. I would also like to add a bucket and our diamond pickaxe next to the lava farm, just in case we need more obsidian. Okay, and we have finished up with our nether portal and we're ready to go. Let's see what we find on the other side. Okay, the other side looks mostly safe. This is a very open area, so there could be some hoglins, if you know, possibly. But we have gold on, so we are safe against the piglins, and so there shouldn't be anything else that's going to bother us right here. I'm not sure in which biome we are, so magma cubes could also be a problem, but it looks pretty safe, and we will make it spawn proof at some point. So yeah, it looks like a very secure area, mostly. Oh, we've found some hoglins. Okay, but it's not the worst because our portal is in an area that's pretty secure. So we'll just be super safe, but it is in a very secure spot. So we will just, in future, secure this area nicely and, yes, get some food while we're at it. Okay, so it seems like we're pretty high up and possibly above a lava lake, which isn't the most ideal, but I think in general it could have been worse. I think if I can give you a tip, something that just happened to me here, my pickaxe broke. In a bundle on my person, I always carry some iron. I mean, you can always carry some iron blocks, which is the most ideal. A few iron blocks, some sticks, or even just planks, because you can use that for multiple different things. A crafting table, and then you are always able to craft any of the tools that you might need or run out of on your way. So that's always very handy. I also usually put some extra food in there just in case my food runs out. But generally, those are the things I keep in a bundle on me. We did find a nether fortress right down here, so that's pretty lucky. There's even a blaze trying to get us. Okay guys, I think that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed that. We made our way to the nether with a bit of a mission, that is, not having obsidian and having to farm it. But now we also have a lava farm set up. We've made sure that the other side is more or less pretty safe. We went exploring in the nether just slightly around our area. We have lit up our underground cave and even found a mine shaft and died 2 times too. We've set up our spawn gazebo area, which we will expand on eventually. And then the last thing is we finished up our map that we started in the previous episode. I think in the next episode, I'd like to see if we could perhaps make better armor, because I think we found quite a bit of diamonds. I'd even like to look at getting our enchanting setup done. If we can have a look at that nether fortress, we could even start brewing soon. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I really appreciate it. Bye!